Hey there, it's James with Make It Happen Greenhouse, and it's a rainy day, so I've been dodging raindrops all morning, trying to get some improvements done to the beehive. So I want to share just a couple of things before we actually, hopefully today, are able to actually crack open the beehive and check how things are going. I need to put a Varroa mite treatment in there, so we're going to do that, and then maybe we'll add some of that bee cake, the feed for them, so they continue to grow. But let me show you what I've done with some of the feeders on the outside. All right, so again, it's a overcast day. It's been raining on and off all day. Sometimes we get this real fine mist, and then other times it just starts pouring. So see how it goes here. But I wanted to show you some of the little improvements I'm making to the beehive and the reasons why. So here we go. So first of all, I've added this little water tray here for the bees, so they have a source of water to get to. They don't have to fly off to someone's pool or something. And then the other thing I've done is I've taken these tiki torch holders and modified them to hold actually sugar water. So there's little ramps that go in there, so they can go in if they want. And then for the entrance feeder, I actually just built a little stand on a bamboo stick for that, and the bees can come out and get what they want there. So I did it at varying heights. I'm just kind of testing that. I know an entrance feeder is right at the height of the bee entrance, but I'm actually going to get a new base for this, so the hive may rise up. So I don't know what the right height for these feeders are. The main theme here, though, is that we want to keep the ants away from the hive, so each one of these feeders doesn't really touch any part of the base or the stand of the hive. Therefore, we can avoid any ants getting in there, or at least make it a little harder for them. But that's that. And then the other thing I have here is just this bamboo pole. You might be wondering about that. That's just so I can throw my camera on there if we ever do get the rain to stop here, and we can actually dig in to the hive. And I want to get some close-up shots for everyone so you can see that. One other improvement is on the other side here. Just got these plant hooks and attached them to a board, and then attach the board to the side of the stand here, and that's about an inch or two off of the ground. So if I do have to pull any of these out, we can just hang them right on here. You can see this actually has room for quite a few, not 10 or anything, but certainly we could probably put 4 or 5 on there, no problem. And so that'll take care of not having to lean the frames on the ground and all that, which I see a lot of videos and people doing that. But yeah, just a more convenient way to keep the bees kind of stable as we work through the hive. So it's a couple little quick improvements. There you have it. Hopefully we'll get in here today if the sun ever comes out. Thanks to the bees. Oh, it's just thread. 13%. Uh-oh. All right.
Okay.
We are ready to go. We are going to do a Varroa mite treatment, and we're going to give these bees some food. So, all right. So, new hive tool. Thanks to those that recommended that. All right, so we'll open the lid, see how things look with the medium. See if there's any activity up here in the top. I'm not expecting a bunch. Yeah, almost zero activity, which makes a lot of sense. This was just put this on just to kind of get it ready for when the bees are ready. It's a little early for them to be making honey. As a matter of fact, they may not make honey at all this year. All right, but we'll go ahead and pull it off and see what it looks like underneath. So when I say there's no activity, I mean there's one bee. That's it. So not a lot happening here. What'll be more interesting to see if there's anything going on below that. So let's pull the queen excluder off. And I'm just looking through the frames here up top, and we have the feeder up here. So there, I don't know if you can see this, but there are some bees in there. They're eating, so that's good. So they still have the internal feeder, and it looks like, well, looks like it might be getting a little empty. So, and I'm looking at these frames up top, and again, very little activity. So I think what we'll do is we'll just pull this whole top box off, and we'll look at what's in there. Now we know what's going on. Okay. So it looks like our bees are very, very busy. They are building so much new wax and comb that it's actually coming up to the top here. So we want them to actually build out a little bit, so not all in the center. So we might move this around a little bit today and reposition some of it. Let's just test this new tool out. It's an overcast day, and sometimes the bees get grumpy on overcast days, is what I am told. We'll see if my experience is the same. So all right, so we'll pull this frame out and see what we got in here. Look at that comb just coming off. So there you have it. Look at that. Oh, so here we go. What we have going on here. Mom wants to look real quick. You can see that they're actually putting in food for the babies, and they actually have capped comb there, and I think what that is that's brood comb. So those are babies going to grow inside that brood comb. So that's what's happening there. Starting to get dive-bombed just a little bit here, so we'll just want to keep an eye on that. Same thing's happening over on this other side. I'm just checking for the queen right now. I am not seeing our queen. So we're going to use my new hangers on the bee box here, the hive, and just hang this down for a second. Take a look at what's happening in the other places. I'm just getting used to this tool a little bit here. Alright, so here we go. Just checking real quick. This is a lot of good brood. I see the baby larvae in here. Oh, it's just filled up with larvae. So maybe, let's see if it's on this side. Oh yeah. So if you want to film this, I'll bring it over, but if you look in this area right here, you're going to see little tiny wormy looking things. And those are the larvae. So they're doing a great job bringing in some brood. So the queen has been doing her work, Queen Constance. Oh yeah. So if you want to film this, I'll bring it over, but if you look in this area right here, you're going to see little tiny wormy looking things. And those are the larvae. So they're doing a great job bringing in some brood. So the queen has been doing her work, Queen Constance. And again, I'm looking for her. I don't see her on this side. And let's check this side. I see a big drone here. Where are you, Queen? Don't see her on here. So, alright, let's set this over here as well. And it looks like these are pretty loose, so I think I can just get in here and shoo my friends out of the way. Oh, this is really heavy. So noticeably different on this frame. Very heavy. Wow. It is just like really heavy. Don't know how else to say it. And I think it's because the side I'm looking at. See her? Maybe someone on YouTube can find her. Boy, I just don't see her anywhere. It's funny, the first time we looked for her, we saw her almost immediately. I see a big old drone in here. They're just checking me out. Where are you, Constance? You're probably just laying eggs in here somewhere and I can't see you. I just have a feeling you're on this frame. One more look. I want to capture a marker if I can. It would make this a lot easier. But she was so readily identifiable the first time. Don't see her. Okay, so let's put this one aside as well. What we will do with our bee buddies here is we'll start moving stuff around a little bit so they can build out the outside frames as well. It isn't like they... Alright, so I'm just gonna, again, kind of move things around a little bit here. Put this one over here. Slide this one in a little. I'll just turn a bit here. That is just packed full of nectar and food for the babies, and they'll be able to grow. So I'm guessing that the queen is on this frame somewhere. So I am amazed that these bees are being so tolerant with me. Again, no smoke. They're just letting me check them out. Maybe they know I'm going to give them some really good feed here in a bit. Where are you at, Constance? I thought I was going to be like a pro queen finder. Wind's kicking up here a little bit, but I really wanted to be able to show that. Show the queen. Alright, so we'll put this one towards the outside.
Glad you got the second camera because my phone just went.
Oh, did it?
Oh, really?
Well, my partner in crime here's phone just went kaput. So we got this phone going. Try not to drop frames. That's a bad thing, I think. Where are you at? Okay. I'm gonna get some of this off. Make sure she's not in here. And by the way, I think if you just drop this comb in, they just grab it up and rebuild it. But they're kind of like, geez, all that hard work, you know?
Did they ever show in videos them doing that, where they build
Yeah.
outside of
They just, usually the beekeepers just scrape it off, and I'm like trying to be careful not to hurt any bees because they're a little more brutal than I am. So let's put this one aside as well. And what we will do with our bee buddies here is we'll start moving stuff around a little bit so they can build out the outside frames as well. It isn't like we...
Here, let me see some that doesn't have the bee on it.
So here you can see, it looks like it's all brood. They're just getting ready though. This is super light in comparison to that other one. Do you see the queen on there anywhere? They kind of...
There's no beat right.
It's wax, you can chew it. Ooh, don't breathe that. Ooh. Don't breathe this one.
We just set it right on.
Yeah, that's actually two. Okay.
Smush them into the burn.
See why they said that. I mean, the instructions are just to lay this right on the frames, but somebody gave a tip, said no, use a piece of... Right, just set this there and let them do... We'll just... Good idea, I'm going to try that though. Alright. I think it'll mush it in, but it'll actually,
Help you.
come on. Get out of there. See how the queen can't come through apparently.
Hmm.
Isn't that interesting? So what I did there was just any of that excess comb, just putting it back in the box. It's gonna be on top of the queen excluder, but that's fine. So Okay. Overall, I'd say it was a good success. I'm learning as I go. It's the first time I've really broken into the hive like that. The bees were very calm. No smoke, no water, no sugar water, nothing. I got, you know, they zapped me in the head a couple times, but nothing big. My wife was able to walk right up to the bees. They're just very cool and calm bees, and I'm surprised because the weather's so terrible. So they're doing their thing right now. I'll give you another quick peek at how they're reacting post hive inspection, post Varroa mite treatment, post you know, honey slash bee cake, I guess, patty that we put in there to feed them. So take a look. So just to go around to the entrance a little bit here and take a look. There's quite a few on the outside, so I'm not sure that's a great thing. So what I did is I flipped the entrance around so that they have much more space to do their thing, and they seem to like that better. They were really clumped on the outside when I put the excess comb out here, so I think that was a mistake. So I put that back inside the hive, keep the bees inside, and they seem to be, you know, gathering back up and doing their thing. So wasn't able to find Constance the queen. Hopefully she's okay in there, but we saw all kinds of brood and larvae and stuff happening. There was capped brood, so that's good. And so it seems like they're doing okay, and it looks like all the foragers are just coming in from their day's work. A lot of, look at all that pollen they're carrying. Pretty amazing. So there you go. Still waiting on my first sting. Could happen right now. I took my gloves off. So all right.